I have a question. When did you guys become best friends?
How long ago?
This was in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You both lived in Texas.
Yeah, that's where we're from. I went to his
Well, I've
mom's.
known you since 2012.
You're such a dick.
What? What? Bitch, like if you were to say when did Josiah become your best friend, would it have been 2012?
Is that when we met?
Yes.
I don't know. It would have been sometime very shortly, not very, very shortly, but a relatively good time after that. And
Best friend?
I feel like best friend for you was about 8 years ago.
It's like a one-sided best friendship.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to edge the other one out, but he wasn't budging for a minute, but I won.
But it's so cool that you guys have this friendship. Like you guys are hanging out during the coronavirus, and it's like you guys aren't bored to death. I mean, I'm working, but it's like seeing a friend like face to face. I'm just too scared because of everything you hear on the news. So
Yeah, I mean, we've been very careful about it.
Yeah,
Like,
I definitely was quarantining here for the most part, and then now we're a little bit more open, I think. 'Cause things started opening back up, so I'm assuming we're safe to move about the cabin a little.
I only
bit.
just saw my parents, I believe, the week of Mother's Day. And even then, I was very careful about that. I didn't, because they lived in an old home community. So I was like, okay, I haven't shown any.
Walked in like a time bomb, and he was like,
Disgusting.
I'm Josiah Rizzo.
"I'm Benji Jones,"
And on Wednesdays, we wear pig.
Welcome back to the Pink Popcast, a pop culture podcast where we talk about film, media,
and everything else,
and the impact that it's leaving or has left on our lives. I am Josiah Rizzo. I'm a writer, director, filmmaker.
I am Benji Jones. I'm an actor, Wicked Witch of the West, and Riverdale graduate.
So if you're a Riverdale graduate, does that mean that you should be like 40 years old by now?
No, because we stay 18 forever.
Right.
You should
Okay.
know that.
So today we are in honor of Pride. I think this is week 3 or 4. We're in the end game here.
Depending on when we've filmed this.
This is the end game of Pride here, and we wanted to honor some of our favorite actors, icons in the community, and we're actually joined by one of your friends.
We are joined by my friend and what would it be, agency sibling? Is that what you are if you're in the same agency? Juan Le Prince, who is...
Hi, how are you guys?
Who you are and what you do.
I'm an actor, and I do, especially because, we're going through all of this coronavirus stuff.
Is that what's happening right now?
Unfortunately, yeah, it's crazy, everything that's going on. But I do a lot of gay empowerment. So I've been doing a lot of interviews, speaking engagements to kind of just empower gays that don't have that kind of celebration that, we all deserve. So I've just been doing a lot of that. And I've been on a variety of Hispanic shows. I have a possible Netflix film coming up. And so just a lot of cool things. So I'm really excited.
That's really awesome. That just kind of brings up an interesting question. So
Are you Latino?
that wasn't my question, but good one. Continue. Yes, are you Latino? These are the real hard-hitting questions.
So what was your actual...
I was born in Chile. Chile. So, yeah.
But what's your actual question?
No, my question was, so you just said that you, to be helping and empowering people, that for some could, I don't want to say take a toll, but that's a heavy responsibility. Do you find yourself able to refresh like in between kind of like engagements or reaching out to people?
Honestly, I think it's made me feel better. I think prior to this whole coronavirus like pandemic, I was constantly on social media and just really worried about things like that people shouldn't be fixated on. And I think this has helped me really reflect, being present with, just my family, my friends, loved ones, and just wanting to help in a way that, I didn't think I could before. So I think it makes me feel better. Like even today I had such an emotional day. Like I was telling Benji earlier, I lost my dog a few months ago.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. And just being here with you guys makes me feel better because I know, we're doing something good. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's good because it's like, what doing that and kind of being there for people could be very, I mean,
cathartic.
It could be cathartic, or it could go the opposite way, and it's good that you can have like a.
Oh, you mean like it can be very draining? It can be.
It could
hard
be
on you,
but it is nice to hear when you have people who genuinely enjoy doing it, and they're not. I think when you enjoy and you actually do like building people up, it helps sustain that energy. I would think.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're here to talk about today. Well, it kind of is. So, one, Benji, when we were talking about how we wanted to tackle pride, for me, growing up straight, it's not been a thing that's been very prominent in my life. And for you, this was supposed to be this was going to be the first pride you actually got to participate in?
This was going to be the first one I got to attend, and then the world shut down. So,
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying we need to have like a little.
That's
little
sad.
Zoom.
No, it's all or nothing. I like. Well, and then if nothing ever goes back to normal, then I missed it. I guess.
Oh, wow.
So
we he mentioned that there were just a few people he wanted to kind of have on the show to just I guess give our listeners like a new perspective, and you were one of the names that popped up, so we're happy to have you.
Thank you. When I met Benji, I loved his energy, and like we got along so well the first time we met. So
I know
I'm just happy to see like friends, like even if it's through here, it just is like so amazing. I haven't left my house in like 3 months. I still have like one friend maybe. Yeah.
Wow, you're like an actual good American.
Right. Everybody else is just like, I'm over it.
I canceled the apocalypse. I'm good.
Thank God.
And honestly, I don't know if I should say this, but I almost I don't know if I should. It really was an emotional day just because of like I think everything, just the pressure, like not pressure, but just everything that's going on in like the news, that I almost canceled on you guys.
Aww.
But I said, you know what? I'm a strong person. Like,
yeah,
we already, so I don't know. I just think that sometimes things happen for a reason, and you just have to, push down those hurdles and just keep going. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for not canceling on us. I appreciate it. Oh my God, you're so professional.
Wow.
All right, guys. So today we are here, as we said, with my friend Juan, and we just wanted to talk about, since it's Pride, we wanted to talk about obviously LGBT actors and just everybody kind of in the entertainment industry and beyond that are influential on us personally or other people, or just that we want to highlight in general and appreciate because it's Pride and this is a pop culture podcast, and we're going to talk about some pop culture LGBT people.
Right.
And I think it's going to tie into how it's really important just for people in the community to have that kind of representation.
Yeah, because when we were talking about how we wanted to do this episode, we asked you a little bit of your upbringing, kind of just positive influences. And from what I remember, if you can remind us where you grew up, there wasn't a lot of people in person that gave you a good example, but you had kind of like people you could look up to on television.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up in a really small town, Valencia, which I mean, I love, but it's just like, I mean, you would never see like two gay guys or lesbians or just transgender. You would never see that there. I mean, maybe now it's different just because times are changing, but back then when I was in school, I would never see that. I think you're coming out, just like the whole process is so long. I think it stems from when you're really little. You kind of know there's something different about you, but you don't exactly know what it is. And then as I got older, I started, hearing these derogatory names about me and to me about being gay. And that it was like, even before I knew what gay was. So it was just kind of like perplexing in a sense. And then just, getting picked on, and then just that trauma just built up, and I didn't really know how much trauma was kind of, how it was affecting me, just the name calling from friends or from people close to me, family. And then I came out long story short, I came out in 9th grade. I had to like,
which grade is that again? I'm homeschooled.
Freshman year.
Freshman.
So that's 14, 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So right when you enter high school. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. And
Sorry,
it's okay.
he's
It's actually,
homeschooled.
honestly, it's probably the best thing that ever happened to you, to be homeschooled.
Right. What are you looking at?
Disagree.
Don't shake your head. Going back to our guest. Continue.
And then I had a small group of friends. Like I was probably like the weirdo of the school. I was just picked on a lot, and I had a few group of friends that were girls, and I told them that I wanted to come out over Facebook. And one of them was like, "That's social suicide. Like, you should never do that." Just because
you can't come out on Facebook. It's social suicide.
I know. I mean, you have to understand like where we were. Like,
yeah, no, for sure, I get it.
Like, I don't know. It was just, and there was like no one in our high school really that was gay.
Yeah,
that I knew of at least. And then just one night, I felt it in my heart, and I just wrote a status that said, "After many years of pain and many years of hiding, I'm finally ready to say that I'm gay and I'm okay with it."
Wow.
And just the love that I received was so enormous, and I wasn't even expecting that. I think I just wanted attention because I was so sad inside. And just everything before that seemed so gloomy and so dark and just depressing. And when I came out, it's just like everything just started opening up for me. You know, I made so many friends. You know, I know people like hate high school, but I loved high school. Probably because of that reason I came out, and just the weight off my shoulders, and my family knew, and girls would come up to me and just be like, "Do you want to be my best friend?" Like, and
oh my gosh,
and
so funny.
we would go to, shopping after. And I mean, I was just happy because I felt like I was being acknowledged for something that I suppressed for so long. And,
right.
So it was a beautiful time in my life. It was like the happiest moment of my life. I think I'll always remember it.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You had mentioned when we were talking to you earlier, kind of something as simple as like seeing Ellen Degeneres on television, kind of just seeing her, especially that is a powerhouse woman. I didn't realize like how many Emmys she had, how many awards, like just.
Oh my God. Yeah. We watched that video about her, and she just has like a bookshelf of Emmys. And you're just like, at what point did they not mean anything?
and to even be honored by the president, it's just like to see someone who you can look up to, especially if you're not growing up in a town where that's readily accessible. Just realized I was like, oh, I feel like, let's highlight some of our,
our LGBT role models.
I like how that's your
little LGBT role model. Just gonna be like cute. It's gonna be a cute little moment. I'm excited.
Okay, so it's not like an exactly list. This isn't like a face-off list. We're not.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this isn't like a descending order. Like no. Mine are better than yours. This is all just personal LGBT people of influence that we appreciate for whatever reason.
Right.
We're going to start off right here. Matt Bomer's Delicious Body.
Ooh, I didn't put Delicious Body. I almost put him on my list just because.
But then you were like, look at him. He's going to be on Benji's list.
Do you know, wait, Matt Bomer, have you ever watched, why did I want to say White Castle?
He's from Blue Collar.
Blue Collar.
No. He's the lead actor, and he's from Magic Mike.
He sounds really familiar. I mean, if he was in Magic Mike, he must have been
yourself.
hot.
Google him.
Yeah. Okay.
He has beautiful eyes. Those man's eyes.
He has a beautiful everything.
I know. I'm just saying that even for me, I'm like, oh wow, those eyes.
Those eyes.
I could look at those eyes forever. Tell us about him.
He is an actor.
That's it?
He is a gay man who is married, if I'm correct about that, and I'm pretty sure he's got a couple kids. And you know what? They seem to be living their best life, and I'm happy for the whole family.
All right.
I hope they all turn out as handsome as their father. That was just the first one. We're just kicking it off.
All right, Juan,
kicking it off in a fun way.
Who do we have? Who are some of your favorites?
I was going to say Ellen. I mean, I think we all in the community, the LGBT community, just know like everything she's been through, and how she was sexually abused, just when she was little, and just a lot of things that she went through. Mm-hmm. And she kind of grew up in a place where no one really knew what gay was, and then she had her sitcom, and then she came out, and then she got, a negative response after that, her backlash, and then she got canceled, and she went into an extreme depression, and just like now everything she's accomplished, and like her talk show is like,
oh yeah, she came back and was like, I'm gonna own the world.
Right. What's crazy is like, sure, it was when I looked into Ellen, so her show got canceled, and then if it wasn't 2 years, it was like a year later is when Will and Grace premiered.
Oh, really?
Which
that would be infuriating.
But so did you grow up watching Ellen, like her TV show?
I didn't grow up watching her, but of course I knew who she was. I would watch her from time to time, but I just thought it was so amazing how there was like a gay woman on television.
Right.
That I didn't know. I know there was like Rosie O'Donnell, but I just felt like Ellen just brought something to, she was just so herself. Mm-hmm. And I think her talk show has become more than just a show, if you know what I mean. Like she helps people, and
but she kind of replaced Oprah for a sec. Like,
well, Oprah.
Oh, no one can replace Oprah.
That's why I said kind of.
You're like, oh, let me not.
I stopped it halfway through, but like in terms of what people wanted, I grew up and it was like just Oprah, and then around 2003, Ellen starts her show, and then only a few years later, there was kind of like a weird passing of the torch, which I honestly 10 years prior would have been unthinkable.
Yeah,
but I think the reason Ellen the sitcom failed where like Will and Grace could succeed is that Ellen the sitcom was based still in this world of like everyday morals, you know?
Yeah, it wasn't, I guess maybe because of the shift in what the show was about, I guess.
Yeah.
Because at first it was just, oh, your average everyday woman, you know, living her life, and those were the fans, and then she was like, oh, I'm gay, and then those fans were like, no.
Yeah, they had to put like advisories on the beginning.
Whereas
and it's so funny because Oprah actually, I don't know if you guys know this, but she was on the sitcom as her therapist.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, in the coming out episode. Yeah.
Oh shit, she's been grooming her forever.
And she was like, don't worry, your time is coming, babe. She was like, I was black. Like that last year, that was the thing.
And Oprah got so much backlash for doing that as well. So that's why I love Oprah too, because she stood up for gays. Like when everyone was attacking Ellen, she was always on her side. Just not just now. She was always just always embraced the gay community. So that's why I love her so much as well. And that's why I think no one can replace her.
What I find interesting, I wanted to talk about. Here's one of my favorites.
Okay,
is Lady Gaga, which she has not like. She's kind of been very. She's been kind of coy about her sexuality in some ways, and yet not really.
Yeah.
Because from day one, she has, like you said, in the case of Oprah or a few other people, been an ally since day one, since the beginning of her career. It's not been something that
she just tacked on like some people.
Some people I'm not going to talk about, but she doesn't just tack it on like
Taylor Swift.
I wasn't gonna say Taylor's. Don't get me like.
Don't at me. Actually,
I was like, don't get a whole mob coming at me.
Yeah, we're gonna get those swizzles at us.
Is Taylor? I didn't even know Taylor Swift was bisexual.
She's not LGBT. She just.
I'm not gonna talk crap about Taylor Swift. It's like. So Taylor Swift recently did. What was the song that she did last year?
You Need to Calm Down.
So she did. You Need to Calm Down. People loved the video. It was cool.
Yeah, it was fun. It was just a little bandwagony.
It was a little bandwagony when you consider the fact that she had never done something like that before, versus Lady Gaga since 2009 has involved the community and has almost taken risks that could have easily sabotaged her career to stand up. I mean, she was very vocal against the don't ask, don't tell policy. There's just a lot of things. I like her. I have a whole list of things, like I was doing a whole essay, but
you were like, that's gonna be saved for the Lady Gaga episode.
I'm gonna save that. I like her.
Yeah,
she's amazing. But yeah, she was the one that I would want to mention just because.
Well, yeah, she's Lady Gaga. She's just amazing. I'm gonna go Jane Lynch.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm a huge Glee fan, and that is the main place that I know Jane Lynch from. And I think it's always just, as far as like all of these people, I think it's inspirational just to see people who are open about who they are, who embrace themselves, who are successful, and it's not a hindrance on their career, especially people who have had careers before and after, and even seeing them be more successful after. And especially like with Jane Lynch, where it was like she's been in the business for a minute, so it was like before this was even like a thing that was cool, you know.
I feel like Glee opened up a lot of doors for gay actors.
Absolutely. Chris Colfer's not on my list, I'm just gonna say that, but I mean, yeah, he definitely.
Which one's Chris Colfer? Oh, really? Oh, I almost put him on my list. But I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. I like Chris. I like him. I remember his storyline was probably my favorite part about Glee.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just because it felt real.
Yeah,
because it was real. From if what I remember is correct, a lot of that was based on his actual experience.
Yeah.
And I felt I was like, that was what was so interesting about that is even having no connection to that whatsoever, I could still connect with someone because it was their personal story.
I find that I connect with his character more every year. Like when I first was watching it, I didn't really, and then like through the years, I was like, oh wait, yeah, I get that. But yeah, his character was written in, so that's probably why his storyline is more him.
All right, wait, who is next on your list? Who is someone that we should keep an eye out for? You know,
Anderson Cooper's really cute. I think he's real. I mean,
there we go. You always got to have the cute ones on the list.
I think he's so cute. I mean, I really like older men, and so he's just everything that I love. I just think it's cool that he's like, I don't know, people like pay attention to him when he's speaking about important issues, and they don't care if he's gay or.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like, I just feel like people take him really seriously, and I feel like some, especially for me, some friends that I know that are in the industry or in politics or whatever, feel like they're not taken seriously because they're gay, because they feel like they're judged. And I've never sat, like with people and watch Anderson Cooper and just like heard anybody say anything about his sexuality. It's always just like what he's talking about. So I love that about it.
Yeah, it's like very much like his credibility is the main thing that people know about him.
Yeah.
But he's just so hot. I mean, I can so cute.
This is what happens when you get two gay guys to make a list.
I know. My list, I'm like, well, I'm going to pick
You're like, I like this person because ABC, and we're like, this one's hot. This one's hotter.
Benji, do you think he's cute too?
I do. I'm actually usually not into older guys, but that.
Oh, I am. I am.
All right, Rizzo, do you have any cute gays you want to mention?
Hey, if I looked half as good as Anderson Cooper, I'd be set for life. That man's got a great head of hair. And once again, striking eyes.
Does.
What you were saying about even his credibility. And this is kind of the cool / frustrating thing about any type of minority is that in order for things to be accepted, you need to have like the exceptional. You know, it can't just be a black person. It has to be freaking
the best.
It has to be
person.
Denzel Washington or like
Idris Elba.
You know,
or The Rock.
I was trying to think of like all the way back to like
like the first one.
I was forgetting on. Gosh darn it. Anyway.
Idris Elba is really cute too. He's my other crush, but I know he's not gay.
For sure. I mean, why is this not the crush episode?
You can turn it into that. It doesn't have to be like. It can easily be your.
It's funny that you said that because he's actually my crush. Like I tell everyone, Idris Elba is my crush. Like
that's
really
so funny.
Yeah,
now I need to.
I saw him. I was like 5 feet away from him. He was dancing at Coachella.
Oh my goodness!
And he was with his woman or a woman. I don't know if it was his woman.
He was somebody's woman.
A woman.
I mean,
and there was people obviously trying to hit him up, and he was like, "I'm just trying to watch the show, mate."
He's got an accent. That's right.
And I was just yeah. I also in that same show. I don't even. Oh, it was Gambino. It was Childish Gambino that was playing. I also saw the Asian jock from
Glee?
Riverdale and from 13 Reasons Why.
He's hot. But when I was going through my list and I was making mental notes of cute gays, the guy from 13 Reasons Why, who's the white lead jock who was a drug addict in the first season, he's gay.
Wait, which one?
Bi. This guy,
Brandon Flynn? I did not know that. But also, it's like it's cool because like nowadays, like we were talking about, you don't have to necessarily
it doesn't have to be like a huge thing. It just is or it isn't.
I've noticed that how the industry's kind of like changed a little bit with that. Like my acting coach would always say, back in the day, she would never receive a script with like a gay character on it. And she's like, now it's like flooded with gay characters. So that's something I love. And I know there's so many people that identify as like pansexual, bisexual, like gay. So it's cool that the industry accepts it.
Yeah. It's just like, all right.
What's cool is also like now that you have people who kind of paved the way, now it's almost, it must be frustrating, but you have like a younger generation who has the privilege of being able to maintain what their sexuality is and it not be an issue
and it not affect anything
either way. They can be like, I'm gonna hold my sexuality as a secret because it's just for me, and it's not like, whoa, we need to find out and then kick them out of Hollywood. But at the same,
it's just like they can keep it a secret, but they don't have to because they owe that to us as
this is a whole other conversation. I don't need to know what a celebrity's sexuality is unless they're making it their stance. But you obviously, back in the day, you had people who clearly had to make a stance. And we appreciate them.
And obviously there's a lot of actors who are gay, but haven't come out. But that's like with every work environment or just anything. And I just think if you want to come out, you can. If you don't, it's your own business. Like your sexuality doesn't have to be like everybody to know if you don't want it to.
Yeah.
Right. So, well, so my next person that I wanted to highlight, so her name is Lena Waithe. She is a writer, actress. She was in Ready Player One, but she's mostly known for writing.
That's probably where I know her from then. Yeah,
so she produced Dear White People. She produced and wrote Queen and Slim, and she also stars and writes for that show Master of None with Aziz Ansari. She's a black woman, and she specifically had an episode last year that was it tracked her childhood, every Thanksgiving, her childhood, coming out, talking to her parents, and she specifically told Aziz, I don't know if I want to write that because it feels kind of cliche, the whole coming out episode. But he was just like, no, your story's really good. And so they kind of it was interesting the way they tackled it because it wasn't like the whole pain.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was something different about it.
Did Aziz Ansari say, no, because your story's really good to see? No, your story's really good. Come on.
I hate you. I was trying to figure out, I was like, I can see something in your head, and I thought it was a sincere thing. Wrong.
I know. I saw you notice my face, and I was like,
oh no, Lena, you're going to write it.
Lena's going to be good.
God. No, I think she's so when I found out she wrote Queen and Slim, I was like, that was probably one of my top 10 movies last year.
Oh, wow.
Definitely it was definitely wildly underappreciated. I just was floored that her film didn't get more recognition last year.
Yeah.
And I think what she's interesting is it's one thing to be gay in America. It's one thing to be black in America. It's one thing to be a gay black woman, powerhouse writer in America. And you have all of these things coming against you because for some reason everyone just decides, oh yeah, we'll give you one, but we're not going to give you the others.
Right. No.
And for her to hold herself with such just, kind of casual strength is one of the things I like about, you see, the stuff that she writes is clearly important, but not, I don't know. It's not this
preachy, moany, whiny thing of ooh.
She doesn't have to be exceptional. She just gets to be herself, but she gets to create opportunities for other actors in the material that she writes. That's not always explicitly about her sexuality, but you can tell that it comes from an area of this is what I've gone through, So anyway, that was someone I wanted to highlight.
Nice. Okay. I did not know that. So next on my list, we're going to go with Kristen Stewart.
Oh,
who recently came out. And that's really exciting because she was already, I loved her because of Twilight. So I think it was really cool to see her career because she was in that Twilight mania of everybody from there just blew up. But because she was the girl, she didn't get the support of the females. So the guys very much got ooh, this is a boy, I love him. And then all the girls were hating on her. And they were like, oh, she's not that good of an actress. She got a lot of shit.
For coming out?
For her acting skills. No, I mean in Twilight, just as an actress.
Oh. I was like, you guys judge them based on their acting. It's like, sorry, can't
support. No, I just feel like just in general, actually, not just women, but like in general, I feel like a lot of people like tried to hate on her, and I'm like, bro, that was the character. That's what she got hired to do, and everybody's hating on it. And then she had to like, take a break from acting because, well, there was the whole scandal thing. But then it turns out, she comes back, she shaves her head, and now she's a bad bitch. And she was in Underwater. She was great, and she was in Charlie's Angels, and she was the comic relief in that, which who knew she was funny. And like she was like honestly my favorite part of the new Charlie's Angels, and I really did like that movie a lot.
I did too. I just watched it. I know it's getting. I mean, I don't really care what people think, but I really liked it.
Same. Yeah. I enjoyed it. I don't care what the reviews are.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and I love her hair. She's so pretty.
She's rocking gorgeous. That so hard. Like she's good. Anyways, yeah. So Kristen Stewart.
I was thinking yesterday, Elton John.
Nice.
Love Elton.
And I didn't really know much about him. And then Rocket Man came out. Was it last year?
Oh, yeah.
And
feels like forever ago.
Wow, I never got to see that.
You should see it. It's really good. And I just think it's so powerful when films like give insight on somebody's real life and just everything he went through and just like how much of a genius he was and how like that pain, but his talent, kind of like the tension between the two just made him like so talented, I feel. Yeah. And I just love his creativity, his costumes, and just how, just like how beloved he is to this day. I think he had a huge impact on costumes that like singers wear now, and just like how people express themselves in art. And I love him. I think he's amazing.
Yeah, and he's been like living out loud. He's been living his best life from like for as far back as I can remember, So like, I mean, I guess that's like a fraction of his career,
right?
I am like so young, but I mean, that's awesome. I mean, he's a freaking, he got knighted by the Queen. So like,
yeah, Sir Elton John to us.
And then, and speaking of more crushes, the guy who plays him in
what's his name?
In Rocket Man is the lead of Kingsman.
You have a crush on him?
Yeah. He's a looker. He's cute.
Anglesort. Am I making a name up?
It sounds like it. It sounds like you just picked out a bunch of letters and threw them against the wall.
Talden Eggernotter?
I'm sure that's it. Let's hear your next one.
Okay. For my next one, I have to do it this way.
Oh, okay.
It's Billy Eichner.
I think you need to move the mic back a little bit.
You have a problem?
Who even are you?
Who even are you? Sorry.
I don't know why it's so important to you.
I'm sorry. Billy Eichner is, first time I saw him, he was a guest on Parks and Rec. Thought he was annoying, but I realized that his humor was like, it grows on you.
It absolutely does.
And if you have never watched Billy on the Street, I would highly recommend it. And if you've never watched it drunk, I would also highly recommend that.
I've never watched it drunk. When did that happen?
It was Christmas before everyone. It was like Christmas Eve before everyone came over. I had a beer or two, and I was like, I'm gonna turn on Billy Eichner, and I'm gonna watch it, and I laughed hysterically.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness.
Billy Eichner also is the voice of Timon in the remake of Lion King.
Right, if you didn't know.
Okay.
And if you want to see one of his better works, and this would be one of my last recommendations, it's a show called Friends from College. It was produced by Netflix. I personally didn't like it because it was just a bunch of 30-year-old people acting like they were 19.
So why are you recommending it?
Why I'm recommending it is because while everyone else was being pieces of shit on the show, he was actually Fred Savage's fiance.
Oh.
And he kind of played against type and was a much more subdued, quieter character, but he was also the voice of reason.
What would that be?
Because all of them were they were basically like a turned up version of the characters from Friends or How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah,
annoying,
really...
self-absorbed, doing their own shit, not caring. And he was like, I don't know if I can live and be a part of that. And I actually got to briefly meet him when working on RuPaul's Drag Race. And I told him, I was like, I think that was probably one of the most nuanced like portrayals I'd ever seen, and I really appreciate it. And he was like, oh, thank you. Very quiet. And I was like, that's weird.
Oh, why aren't you yelling
Why aren't you shouting at me?
I had
two more.
Okay.
I'll
hit, and then you guys will do your last one, then I'll hit one last time. Because y'all have 4.
Yeah.
I have 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so for Neil Patrick Harris, we got to mention Neil Patrick Harris because I feel like he is the white Wayne Brady, and they're brothers. So it's like a thing.
Wow.
He's multi-talented. He's been in the industry forever. Like he's done everything under the sun. He's
good looking.
He's host.
That's right.
He's a host. Yeah.
I forgot he was a magician.
Yeah.
Holy
I didn't know. I didn't know that either.
He works that into like everything he does. Somehow there's magic in like all of his stuff.
Damn.
I watched the I think whatever house tour or something on YouTube with him, and he literally has a magic room in his house.
Wow.
Like a full on like brown wood room with like a bunch of antique like magic tricks and stuff like that. It's really cool.
Well, I just think it was cool because from what I know Ellen hosted the Academy Awards, but I think it was really cool how he was like, from what I know, the first gay guy to host the Academy Awards. And just the way he hosted it, he's so funny. It made me laugh. He's an amazing actor. Yeah. And just to see that as like, I don't know how old I was. I think it was a while ago, but just to see that was amazing for me as just to see that there was like more gay actors.
Yeah, exactly.
Because at the time, that's always nice to see. Yeah, and I think he's really attractive. So
there you go. With a crush list continues.
Anybody who's older, like I just think they're so attractive.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Like Andy, I think Andy Cohen is really attractive.
Is he gay?
Yeah, he's gay, and he has his own talk show, his late night talk show.
Oh, that's where I've seen him.
Yeah,
he does a lot of interviews with people that I care about. I don't really like his talk show though.
You don't have to automatically like him because they're gay.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, I was like, oh, I always like tune in because he's got like cool guests, and then I don't like the way it goes.
That's the second part of Pride. They hold the gun up to you, like, celebrate Pride, and then also, do you like Ariana Grande?
You better.
Do you like Andy Cohen? Yeah.
This isn't Pride. This is what I do daily.
I know.
Say, do you believe in Ariana Grande?
Do you know how many times I have to bite my tongue on just saying, she's okay?
What would that even mean?
I don't know.
Just say your last one.
God, I'm gonna recommend a friend of mine.
She's okay. She's amazing. Like, how can you even say that?
Who, Ariana Grande?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing. I love her just because she's amazing at singing and because she's very vocal about being vegan, and I'm vegan.
So. And she's a full ally. Her brother is gay. We should have put Frankie Grande.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I think I met him. Yeah, he was on the year after I did RuPaul. He was one of the YouTube stars that they transformed.
Yeah, I was about to say, because that was
I was like, why does
you
it
had
sound
the
familiar?
whole list, and I was like, oh, I know all of them.
Okay, so yeah, I'm the last person I'm gonna highlight is actually, I got to work with him on an upcoming Netflix show. I'm not gonna say the name of it, but he was in the Netflix show Russian Doll. He was the second lead, next to Natasha Lyonne. His name's Charlie Barnett. That was the first time I had ever seen him. Literally, that character just like immediately brought me in. I think I also identified with the character that was written. There's not much to it except he's a phenomenal actor. I think he's a genuinely nice person. He was a pleasure to work with. And I hope his future as well. He was working on a play that I was going to go see literally the week that Corona happened.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was supposed to premiere that week, and I was super stoked to go see him.
What was it about?
I don't know, because it was a play. The way it was described is that it was like a dark, morbid play about two brothers, and then shenanigans happen, and there's death. And I went, okay.
I mean, it sounds more or less right up your alley.
I was like, he's producing it. I want to go support a friend, and then Corona happened, and I was like,
I'm sorry.
Whatever. That was my last one. Charlie Barnett. Definitely watch him in Russian Doll.
Yeah. My last one is 5, and to be specific, the Fab Five. So,
yes.
Anthony Porowski, crushed, by the way. Jonathan Van Ness, Bobby Burke, Ton France. Who did I miss? What did I say?
Well, I'm the wrong person to ask. I don't know their names by heart.
Is it Caramo? Anthony Caramo, Jonathan, Bobby, and Ton. Yeah, that's all of them. Okay, everybody.
All my friends watch that show. I love it.
I think the show is amazing. The dynamic between them is great. The fact that you can tell all of them they genuinely do absolutely love helping people. Like they're not in it for just we're going to be the new like Queer Eye guys. Like it's very much, the show has so much heart and all of them do. And I'm like obsessed with watching like all of their interviews. Like I literally have watched every single interview that they've done together.
Wow.
To where like I will sift through like playlists of their interviews and try to find one that I haven't seen, and I can't find them. So
how many seasons are there for Queer Eye?
I believe they just did 4. Oh look, there it is. I believe they just did season 5 is coming June 5th. There we go. I'm ready for it. And then they also have Japan.
My TV's like waiting screen literally heard us and then popped up an ad for Queer Eye.
Yep.
That's creepy.
You know they listening. It's fine. It's okay.
We're here to help you out,
like,
whether you like it or not.
I was seriously like, I just like maybe a week ago, I was like, when is the next Queer Eye season coming out? Like, are they done? Like, what's happening? So
there you go.
Yeah, love it. Love them.
Well, thank you for that. I think that's good.
I think that's the episode. I think we did it.
We did it. Yay.
Yay.
So let's just quickly say what our socials are, and then
I'm at Benj Watch, BENJ Watch.
I'm Josiah J Rizzo. Where would we be able to find you on?
Juan Le Prince _ so that's JUANLE and then Prince _
We'll have it. So just make sure that you're liking, commenting, subscribing wherever you listen to your podcasts. We are at Pink Popcast. That's pop
with a P on all social media.
Yep.
And make sure you are subscribing on YouTube and hitting that bell for notifications on new uploads.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to reach out to us,
make sure that you reach out to us via email, text message, whatever.
Singing telegram.
Pride parade. If you want to march down the street and throw information at us, you do it, girl. Yes, queen.
There you go. I think this might be.
You had telegram
it's cool.
ready, and I was like,
it's okay. It's all right.
I just marched my parade right over your singing telegram.
Yeah.
Okay.
Juan, it's been a pleasure having you on the show with us.
Thank you guys. You guys are so sweet. Thank you for having me on.
Of course.
Yes.
And I'm Josiah Rizzo.
I'm Benji Jones.
And I'm Juan Le Prince.
And on Wednesdays, we wear pink. I'm mad at Ariana for not letting me backstage. That's all I want to say. I brought you food, okay? You know, we bring you food. I'm sorry we don't have the right credentials.
First off, I don't know why you pointed at me.
Yeah, you don't even there.
Did you bring her food or you just brought it?
I was part of it, and I couldn't even hang out back in the... You know what? Get out of here.
You know how much people pay for those tickets, and you're just going to grade grab your way into...
I worked my ass off 12 to 14-hour days.
And you got a bunch of free shows for it. You're not getting to Ariana Grande for free. I'm sorry.
She's not God.
God is a woman.
Yeah, well, it doesn't mean it's her.
It could be.
I'm done. Final. I have the final say because I edit.
I take it back. Jesus.